It has been common throughout history for people to assume that freedom means chaos, when in reality, many people have observed that freedom allows individuals to pursue their own lives, leading to happiness, leading to order and cooperation voluntarily among others, and respecting individual rights and allowing equality and so forth. But what really is this idea of order and chaos, and why do many people talk about how we need to restore peace and security, or that we need to prevent chaos from happening on this earth? Is it simply a continual cycle, or is it something that we can learn from to prevent this cycle from happening again and again, where order turns to chaos and order seems to be lost and unknown if it can ever be restored again? The opposite condition of order is chaos. Order is often associated with balance, harmony, and following the way, or Li as said in Taoism, or the law as said in natural law or Christianity. In other words, chaos may be seen as the misalignment or misapplication of truth. Often similar to the concept of tyranny, chaos is the condition of which slavery and violence is systemic, since individuals are not able to live among each other peacefully and cordially. How could there be order if two people refuse to cooperate with one another? If there is inequality or the lack of freedom, would the likelihood of rebellion and violence increase? If an individual is often not treated kindly, are they likely to treat others kindly? The cycle of chaos can continue if we don't understand why people feel the need to act wrongly, but it can aggregate to even greater forms of chaos if we don't recognize the chaos to begin with. This makes chaos a potential teacher for apophysis, or what not to do, on a collective or societal level. Chaos is manifested evil. It is injustice as opposed to justice. By keeping ourselves in order or having sovereignty, we have freedom. What happens when we try to order the lives of others? If we correlate freedom with chaos, will we ever be free? If we fear freedom because of chaos, will we ever be free? Is simply another way of asking the same question. So ask yourself then, how do we prevent chaos or slavery from occurring? In this documentary, you have learned about what is a right or what is morally right. You have learned what is ownership, what is slavery, but how do we actually stand on that so we can create order and ensure that chaos will never happen again? And when I say that chaos should never happen again, or that we should prevent the cycle of order to chaos leading to mass catastrophe, I mean to say that humankind is not permitting or allowing certain actions in the aggregate of human behavior, certain beliefs, such as the idea that someone should be owned by another, i.e. chattel slavery, which we abolished in the 1800s in America, so it should be evident that we can then abolish other forms, shall we recognize it on a mass scale, to prevent harm in the aggregate, to prevent chaos in the aggregate, because it will always exist in minuscule amounts. It's simply about, are we allowing it? Are we permitting it? Are we legitimizing it? Are we seeing that it's perfectly natural and normal and should not be questioned in our society? Because if we sympathize with the chaos and we say that chaos is necessary, and we say that the evil and violence is necessary to any degree, we say that we want it to grow. And what is the result of that? Only more chaos, until we realize that something needs to change, and order needs to be created. For this reason, it was no coincidence that in China, during the warring states, hundreds of years of war would lead to many philosophies such as Taoism, which sought to create order among the chaos. Similarly, the idea of natural rights or natural law, or even republics and different forms of governments to begin with, were created as the result of old, failed systems that were seen as barbaric or not working. We need to know what works, and therefore how we end slavery. Thank you for watching this part of the Docu-Series Slavery Gone for Good. Be sure to watch our other parts for a more deep understanding as to the nature of truth and action in its fullest extent. If you want to learn more and hear more quotes that have not been discussed in this video, be sure to buy the book Slavery Gone for Good Black Book Edition. This is the most important work in history, and you are part of that work. Do not forget it. As Frederick Douglass, former slave and abolitionist, said, "Knowledge makes a man unfit to be a slave."